Hi, everyone. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Alexis Fox, and we will be going over optimizing e-commerce part 2. And before we do that, I am going to hand it over to Jesus to go over some general housekeeping with you all.
Thank you, Alexis. So good afternoon, everyone. I just want to thank you all for attending today's webinar. Some general housekeeping items. This is a recorded webinar, so all participants will be receiving today's webinar presentation and also the link to the YouTube channel once it's fully updated. This is a good opportunity for you to introduce yourself, network, what type of business, what are some challenges that you're experiencing, and also some social media challenges that you're challenging, want to learn, so that Alexis will be able to incorporate it through today's webinar. So if there's any questions, encourage you to put them in the Q&A, and throughout the presentation, Alexis and I will be able to moderate them on your behalf. And I want to thank you all for attending, and Alexis, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jesus. I appreciate that. Again, welcome you all. I'm so happy to have you all here with me at this time. And we're going to just quickly go over some of the information about navigators. So about the Miami-Dade Business Navigator, the Business Navigator program is funded in part by a cooperative agreement with the USBA administration. And what is the SBA Community Navigation Pilot Program? It's established by the American Rescue of 2021 for SBA, CNPP, and it uses a navigator approach to help small businesses recover economically. And the program is comprised of a lead hub at the center of a network of spoke organizations that deploy community advocates to work with small businesses for recovery and resilience. 100 million to 51 grantees funded broken into 3 tiers: national, state, regional, and local. So the SBA Community Navigator Pilot Program, the goal is to improve the long-term economic recovery and resilience among small businesses, with a focus placed on businesses owned by veteran women, as well as socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. The program, again, is comprised of the hub and a network of spokes and advocates that work with small businesses. Here are your Miami-Dade Business Navigator Program spokes: Ascendas, MDCC, Branches, Prospera, Americas, SBDC, Florida, EDC, and Startup FIU Local. So the Business Navigator program is also a coalition of partners that secured $2.5 million via CNPP to create the MDBN program for the Miami-Dade County businesses. And our focus is to create a strong local community navigator network to assist socially and economically disadvantaged businesses with consulting, mentoring, and training. The Navigator partners specifically target minority-owned, women-owned, veteran-owned, and LGBTQIA+ owned businesses. Here is the information on how you can reach your Miami Business Navigator, either by phone, email, or on our social media platforms: Miami-Dade BizNav on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, or on YouTube at Miami-Dade BizNav. And with that, we're going to get started. So we are going to be talking today about optimizing e-commerce, specifically on social media and in the social media marketplaces. So the goal for today is to make sure that you understand the difference between e-commerce on social media versus traditional website selling, how to sell in your social media shops, how to promote those marketplaces and shops, and how to generally advertise. And then we will talk a little bit about social media integration. So first things first, why should you have a social media marketplace? For one, social media is the most widely used digital platform in the world. People navigate to social media and spend a large amount of their time consuming either information, news, learning about products or resources, and consuming content in general. This gives your social media marketplace leverage. You have a captive audience. The shops give you space to separate from your website and to promote and expose customers to your new and existing products. It also allows you to find new consumers. So basically, it's very convenient. We know that people will choose to use social media. It's user-friendly. We all have used social media. We all know how to successfully navigate on at least one social media platform, and it's a captive audience. People are coming there for something. They're already coming and seeking out. And if you have a social media presence as a small business, then people already know what to expect. They either have engaged with your product or they've engaged with you as a brand. And with that, it's important to understand that 54% of consumers use social media for research on products. So when you have platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, and even Pinterest that are making direct in-app shopping available, it allows for shoppers and social media followers to quickly discover your product and then to purchase it without ever having to leave the app. So what will you as a small business owner be doing with your social media marketplace? You'll need to build an immersive and seamless social media e-commerce experience. And we're going to talk about the ways that you can do that today. You'll create featured posts and stories that can tag directly to your product within your shopping catalog. Again, we want to keep that captive audience where they are. We don't want them to have to navigate outside of our social media shop. And this is great for the businesses who may not have the best website or who don't have a website at all. You can still create a social media marketplace or a social media shop and engage your consumers there. And then I want you all to know that on average, people spend 2.5 hours a day on social media, keeping up with news, keeping up with brands, trends, connecting to people, and engaging in networking opportunities. As we go through today's presentation, I want you all to start to think about where you fall in that audience need. Are you meeting an audience need? Are you there as a connector? Do people come to your social media for resources or information? Do they come because the content is beautiful? Do they know that your products and services are available through the information that you have on your social media platforms? Those are the things that you can start to consider to really begin to leverage social media as a hub for increased sales and revenue for your business. Do all social media platforms allow you to sell items? The short answer is no. Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest specifically have what we call full storefront capability. That means that it can take you through the entire consumer journey without leaving the app. If you were in the first session, we talked a lot about the consumer journey and what that looks like. That means that in social media platforms like the ones we're going to discuss today, mainly Facebook and Instagram, you're able to build awareness around your brand, recognition for your brand, have the consumer consider what it is that you're selling them, and then also have them make the purchase, which can then lead to a conversion, either a long-lasting customer or a sharing or reposting of your items. So as we start to navigate this, I really want you to understand that the best way to optimize your social media marketplace is to make sure that you understand your business goals and how they will help to expedite those for you or enhance them. So when you're looking at a social media marketplace, like the ones we'll be looking at today, I really want you to keep in mind the type of product or service that it is that you have, your means of payment, the frequency of the purchases, and the customer service needs of your consumer. That should inform your strategy around your social media marketplace and also which marketplace would be best for you. We're going to start with Facebook Shops. Facebook Shops is an easy way to create your customized digital storefront across all of your applications and social media platforms. This one, to me, mimics most closely an actual website. So your shop gives you the ability to inspire your customers and to help them find the products that are right for them. The benefits are that it's ran through Facebook. So it's already very easy to set up. If you have a Facebook page already, specifically a business admin page, that's going to be an important piece. It's seamless to use. It streamlines through Meta, which means that it will also sync directly to your Instagram account if your Instagram is a business account as well. It loads faster than a traditional website because it's backed by Meta and it's global in scale. So how it works is that you would convert your Facebook business page into a shop. You would then create that storefront, the catalog, if you will, or a landing page. That's the feel and that's the aesthetic of it. And then you would customize that with your inventory, different messages. You can create collections as well. So let's talk a little bit more in detail about the conversion. Before you set up your shop, you will get an email notification that you can now use your Facebook shop. And if you have got that email notification, or if you're not sure where to find it, just leave me a little comment in the chat and we'll discuss it at the end as well. Businesses that are linked with a Facebook page and Instagram profile may be eligible to have a shared storefront across both platforms. So that's where we're starting to see that integration piece. So as you're creating, if you've never set up your Instagram profile or your page to be a business page or a commerce page, then you'll need to do Commerce Manager. That is a functionality in your Facebook business page. After you publish your shop, your customers will be able to find it not only through the Facebook app, but also through the Instagram app as well. And it's on all of the iOS devices. Your shop will be viewed in a full screen and immersive experience, and your collections will be shown as personalized products to the customers. So when you're creating the content and when you're thinking about what products you want to have forward facing on your page, think about the products that are most attractive, the ones that get the most engagement. It's a great hook for your existing customer line, and it's also a great way to engage a new audience as well. You know that the product is in demand or the service is in demand. If you don't have a product-based business, we're going to talk a little bit about the ways that you can still make your presence known in the social media marketplace as well, maybe with testimonials or really engaging content and images. That would be a way that you can personalize it and still get seen by other audiences. And when you add your new inventory to the shop, people can see it in their feed. It appears as an organic post and the Facebook shop tab, or you can get a notification and encourage them to actually visit the shop. The customizing. So you create collections to customize your shop and attract customers. You'll go to your e-commerce manager and you'll customize the shop to create and arrange your collections. So each collection will have a name and a description with a cover media. Each collection looks almost like a Facebook page. So there will be a header picture if you choose, or there will be some description language around each product or each collection, and it has to have at least 2 products per collection. So for those of you who do retail, who are creating something, whether it be facial products or baked goods, clothing, anything that would come out in sections, collections, anything that you can divvy up and really make kind of exclusive or dynamic, I really encourage you to do so when customizing the options out, because you can organize your products and give them all themes to help your customers navigate easier. So think about that in terms of a website. On a website, you have to go in, you have to front load everything. And then there maybe, if you have a lot of different products there or service, there's a landing page for each thing. Here, it's all very itemized and succinct, and your consumer will only see what the algorithm knows that they will engage with. They won't see everything. It's giving them exactly what they want when they want it. That makes the chance of sale increase. So let's take a moment to think about it. This is a hyperbolic situation, but Anya is launching a collection of journals and organizers. What are some of the ways that she can customize her Facebook shop for this collection? What are some of the things that she can use for her collection? You can write in the chat. I want to see some of your answers. Think about it in terms of a collection. One of the things that I was thinking when I came up with this example is tax season. It's a time where people need to get organized. She could do something around that. She could do something around spring cleaning. Another time where people are organizing or in need of structure. And she could make a design of journals like that. Mommy planners, Christmas, awesome answer, awesome answer. New Year, where people want to write their resolution. You know, some people are still analog and they want to do that. So the same way that you can kind of visualize based on her product, right, where she could make the customization benefit her, you can do the same tooling for your products. You can do the same tooling for your service as well. And we'll talk a little bit more on the service side in a little bit, but you can use that same innovation and really make the shop yours and really target in and hone in on your audiences. And those were really great suggestions. So how do you actually set up this marketplace? Well, now that we've talked a little bit about choosing the marketplace and defining your business goals, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step of setting up a shop. First, you need to check your account. Make sure that your Facebook account is a business account. If it is not, this will not be possible. And I will send a resource over for how to set up a business manager admin. I will do that for you all, just in case there's anyone who does not have a Facebook business account. When you're setting up your business account, it needs to be connected to the business page that you manage, so not to your personal Facebook account. You can also set it up to link to your Instagram. Again, if you are, I know there are some businesses that have both, they have a personal and a professional Instagram. Make sure that you are setting up the right account. That is super important. If you do make a mistake, things happen. You can always manage your permissions through the Facebook page. Again, creating your Facebook business page is free. It's free of charge. It's very simple to set up. If you do not have a Facebook business page, I will send a resource out that will allow you to create one. But the benefit of having a Facebook business page and syncing it with your Facebook shop is that it provides a way for customers to find your business and to follow your professional posts. It gives you a wide array of free marketing opportunities and offers budget-friendly ad tools as well. It also lets you sell your product directly to almost 3 billion Facebook users right from the app. The next thing you'll need to do is set up your commerce manager. So you'll log in to your business account, click on the commerce manager. Then you'll select create shop. As you see here in the screenshot, this is what it will look like on the back end in your business manager suite. And then you'll create a catalog to sell or advertise your items, and then click get started. So when you're getting started, you need to select the business page that you want to add to your shop, connect or create the business account. After that, you need to list at least one shipping and return for your store. You can always go in and update those settings later if you want. And then you need to fill out a cost, cart minimum, estimated delivery day for each option, and provide your store's return window and customer service email address. It seems like a lot, but it's all fillable blanks. So nothing is left to guesswork. It also won't let you continue to the next portion if everything isn't filled out correctly. Then you will preview your shop settings and review your Facebook seller agreement and hit finish setup. Then you follow the prompt to set up your payouts, entering your business tax and banking information. So that is how you would structure it within Facebook shops. Now, there is a way that you can bypass that. If you do have a website, you can always just integrate your website to the Facebook shop, and it'll collect all of the data from there. Top e-commerce platforms will let you list and sell your products in a Facebook shop. I have the Shopify logo here because they prompt you from within their site to do it, but you can also just click the option in the Facebook shop to link to your website, add your URL and any additional information that they may need, and then it'll sync and you'll be able to sell on both. So I want you all to consider this. If you don't have a website yet, or if you thought that maybe a website was the next step for you, does it need to be at this point? Can you afford the maintenance of a website? If you're a small business or if you're a solopreneur, it's very difficult sometimes to make the time to keep a website up to date or to understand the ins and outs of it. This is a succinct way for you to still have the same presence as a web page without all of the extra work and money. If you're purchasing your domain outright, there's a subscription fee to sign up on third-party sites such as GoDaddy, Weebly, Wix. For that, you have a Facebook account and it's free. and it'll allow you to set up a shop on your own. So just some things to consider, some ways to be more innovative and intentional, not just about the way that you're spending your time, but the way that you're doing your budgets and financing when it comes to allocating for marketing and digital needs. Next is your website the best representation of your product or service? A lot of people made landing pages, made websites, especially during the height of COVID, because they needed online presence in order to keep going. But are you really able to maintain it? Is the information up to date? Is it linked to your Google My Business account? Are you really engaging people? What is the consumer journey like for your customers on your website? Maybe your Facebook following is larger. If there's already a captive audience that's engaging with you, and now you've learned about a way to sell your products directly to that audience through something that's easy to use and free, maybe there's a way for you to do both. And lastly, whether you have a website or not, is your audience finding you via social media or via search engine optimization? If your audience is engaging with you more and you're seeing more of your business come from your social media presence, whether you have a website or not, it doesn't harm you to optimize that opportunity by creating a shop. And so now Jesus is going to release a poll for you all. And I'm showing you a picture here of a summer essential page. And I want to know if you think this is a website or a Facebook shop. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Horse race. Okay. Okay. I'll give you about 30 more seconds. Okay. Okay, you got about 10 more seconds. Okay, all right. So we're going to end the poll there. So I'm going to go ahead and share these results with you all. So as you can see, 80% of you said that it's a Facebook shop and 20% of you said that it's a website. Those who said website, I would like to know in the chat why you thought it was a website. Yes, Sherry, you can have more than one business page. Okay, so for those of you that said Facebook shop, you were correct. But there was 20% of you who thought that it was an actual website. That goes to show you how similar in terms of layout and quality of the content they are. It really depends on you. This brand, this is a purse brand. They used really dynamic photos. They tailored it to summer. This is their summer collection. It's colorful, it's bright, it feels warm. It's about what you make it, but this is a Facebook shop. So at a glance, it would look like a website until you see the header on the top where it's clearly laid out as a social media page. But that just goes to show you that there's a lot of innovation that can take place in your Facebook shop. It's really up to you to make the most of that opportunity. But it's very similar in terms of layout, especially when it came to the shop projects, the shop catalog layout for the purses. It looks just like a website. Another thing to consider, remember we talked about those 4 business goals to keep in mind. If you are one of those businesses where customer service is a large part of your business strategy and a large part of your consumer journey. If you deal with a product or service where you know you're going to have constant rapport with your consumer, then selling on Facebook Shop makes a lot of sense as well, because you can sell the products through their chat features, WhatsApp and Messenger and Instagram Messenger as well. They are all integrated through Facebook Business. And so if you have customer service needs, or there might be a lot of frequently asked questions with your product or service, that's a great way to streamline that. And you can also send out notifications when new items drop, when deals are going on as well, all seamlessly through an app that you know that they're already using. The other thing is, if you have a more visual based product or service, if you're baking something, if you're making something with your hands, if you do clothing hauls, coaching, consulting, you can also advertise and tag your products in Facebook and Instagram live streams. So if you're doing an interview or a coaching session online, if you're baking a product, if you're doing a tasting, you can also tag your products during that. The importance of that is that there's already a captive audience there. You have viewers coming in to see your live stream, and you can pin your products during that time as well. So we're almost done, but the next step is for you to add your products to your catalog on your shop. So a Facebook catalog is where all your product information and inventory goes. You can manage your catalog using the catalog management tools, and there are multiple ways for you to use to product your catalogs. If you don't already have an existing catalog, if you have a website, you've already done some form of this when you were creating your inventory. But if not, there are different ways for you to input that information. And here are some tips for the best ways to do it depending on your inventory. So your catalog setup methods could be a manual upload, which is you going in, putting in uploading each item, uploading the description. You can do a CSV import, which is just another form of an Excel spreadsheet. And that's good for large to medium items. You can do it through Metapixel. This is more advanced, and this is for people who more than likely have an e-commerce website or have done e-commerce before, or have a large amount of products. And then via syncing to your e-commerce platform, as we discussed. If you have a website, this has already been done, and it's just a matter of integration. So for the purposes of small businesses and micro businesses, solopreneurs, I always suggest doing either the manual upload or the CSV. Manual upload, if you have maybe 3 to 5 quality products that you know are in demand, that you know will sell, that would cover that inventory size of small and doesn't change often. Or if it's more service-based, where you're doing tourism or you're booking a lot of things, appointment-based things, then you can do a manual upload. And if it doesn't take a lot of effort to set up. If you have seasonal items, if you do collections, then the CSV is the best form of import for you, because it covers all the inventory types. There's not a lot of setup, but you can also schedule out your uploads hourly, daily, or weekly. And it's direct to consumer for those who have retail selling. So that is Facebook Shop. We're going to talk about Facebook Marketplace now. And the biggest difference is that it's more scaled down. Facebook Shop benefits you in a global way. It benefits you in the same way that a website or landing page would, whereas your Facebook Marketplace connects you to products in your local community. So when you're selling something on Marketplace, you create a public listing that can be seen by anyone in the marketplace or in their feed, or that searches on and off of Facebook. So think of it as like OfferUp, or maybe even Craigslist, but more professional and higher quality in terms of the audience and consumer, but it is for local base. So my smaller businesses, my local, my startup, again, those businesses with maybe 1 or 2 products that they have right now, this may be a better option for you. And so let's talk a little bit about it. What are the benefits of the Facebook Marketplace? It provides fast answers with real-time messaging. So this is in-app conversation. So if you have a business, again, where customer service or rapport with the customer is really important. This may also work for you. You can reach buyers on Facebook where they're browsing products already. They deliver useful information like price, product, and description, and you can target buyers on the go with mobile-friendly listings. So sometimes when we've done ads in the past, the ad doesn't look aesthetically pleasing because maybe it's not the right size or it's a piece of the information is cut off. This marketplace gives you sizing and scales, and everything is promoted to scale. So how you upload it is how the end user sees it. So how do you do this? One, you need to enable your checkout on the Facebook for your shop. So set up checkout, and that's again how they're able to take you through that full consumer journey, right? They do not have to leave the app to do a purchase. If you have Shopify store, you can set up your checkout on Shopify, and that completes the purchase directly from the marketplace. If your store inventory or order management will still be managed through Shopify, but payouts will be processed and sent from Facebook. So if you are integrating your website, just make sure that you know that your payouts will not come directly through your Shopify. They will come through your Facebook marketplace for the items that you list on there. And then you add your marketplace as a sales channel to your Facebook shop. Go to your Commerce Center, select your shop. In the left-hand, click Settings, click Business Assets, and then enable your marketplace. And everything in your shop catalog will become available in the marketplace as well. So if you do want to do something more local, that is the way that you would do it, even with a larger audience. And then you need to advertise your store products on the marketplace. So you can go to your Ads Manager tab, choose your destination, choose your audience, choose the automatic placement, or you can create your own. Facebook recommends doing the automatic placement. If you are new to doing Facebook ads, then I would also suggest it as well. It's pretty solid in terms of the return on investment there. And then you set your budget and schedule, and you choose your ads creative format. So when you're creating ads for mobile, images and videos should cover as much of the screen as possible to grab attention. So you need to choose an aspect ratio that best suits the different placements and formats within Facebook. So here's a little cheat sheet for what the ads would look like, their ratios, and then what they show up as on a mobile device. So for an in-stream video, you want it to be proportioned horizontally. For feed placement and for video carousel formats, you can use either the 1:1 ratio, which is the traditional square, or the 4:5 ratio, which is a little slightly larger rectangular shape. And then for Instagram story and reel placement for ads, it needs to take the full screen as an Instagram story or a reel would. So let's think about this. If we're doing feed placement for these three entities, right? What are some of the ways and some of the content that they should be trying to promote that would be best for these placements? So first, you have a vintage thrift shop that wants to promote a recent style haul or a recent vintage thrifting shopping spree, right? The next is a coffee house that's promoting their new seasonal blend. And the third is a contractor looking to promote a new drone feature to develop specs for a site. So these are very different businesses, very different industries, but they need ad placement in the feed placement. In the chat, what are some ideas for any of the three businesses? Think about what they could be doing in terms of content that would fit that feed placement. Could it be a photo? Could it be a short 15-second ad? What would it look like? What should it feel like? What would be engaging if you picked up your phone and saw an ad for one of these companies? A video? Yes, video. Okay. Does anybody think still photos maybe would be best for the 1:1 ratio, the square? Remember, you don't want them to lose. Awesome. Vintage photos, that's a great answer. You don't want them to lose any of the content either by having it be cut off. So great answer. Great answer there, Barbara. Yes, Victor. Maybe for the coffee. Awesome. Yes, a GIF and a photo. Yes, for sure. We definitely want something animated. Individual photos for the product hauls. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, great. You all are on the right track here with it. And the same way that you're applying this knowledge to these pseudo businesses, these instances, I want you to take that same kind of critical and creative approach when you're talking about your own ad placement. Think about the ads that you've placed in the past. Think about the way that they looked. If you saw them come across your feed, if other people engaged with your ads, what was their input on it, and the ways that you can optimize and make it better. So here are some of the ideas for how they could do the placement. A lot of you nailed this on the head. So before and after photos, maybe if it's a vintage item, how she dressed it up. Before and after to show what you can do with thrifted items, or a new item alert. That would be a still photo. For the coffee brand, photos of the key flavors in the blends, a small clip or B-roll of the coffee roasting. Everyone loves a good shot of coffee. Everyone loves to see processes of things and how they're created as well. And then for the contractor, a side-by-side of the drone footage versus a regular photo to show the difference in quality, or a small clip or B-roll of the potential aerial shot of the construction site in question. All of these ways, plus what you all were saying in the chat, can be done and simply amplified by making sure that you have the proper specs for your content and proper placement. I also want you to be aware of the list of prohibited items in the marketplace. So no item for sale. Anything that isn't a physical product for sale shouldn't be listed in the marketplace. For example, in search of posts, lost and found, jokes and news articles are not allowed. Services. Selling services on marketplace isn't allowed, but I have a cheat sheet for that. And that's why it's an asterisk next to it, because I'm gonna show you how my product service people, my service provider people, how you all can kind of skirt that. And then obviously no selling of animals, healthcare products, or recalled products. Now, healthcare does not include cosmetic product. They are talking about specific medical products. So anything that would be prescription, prescribed, pill, medical supplies. So healthcare is not inclusive of beauty products as well. So let's think about this. Sylvester is a financial advisor looking to attract new clients. That's a service provider. Technically, he doesn't have a product to sell, but he's created a workbook available called the Budget Diary. The book helps people track their finances. By show of hands in the chat, who thinks that he would be able to make a marketplace? Do we think he'd be able to make a marketplace? Raising hands. Okay, I got 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So for those of you who raised your hand, yes, he would be able to. Even though his business is service provider based, if he has a book, even if it's a digital book, an ebook, he can still make the place. He can add the photos of the cover or add infographics pertaining to the contents of the book and promote it. So to my service providers out there, do not feel limited because you don't have a traditional product. You are the product, your knowledge is the product, and there's ways for you to market and package that and still reach the social media audience. So we have now covered the Facebook Marketplace, the Facebook Shop, and now we're going to talk about the last one, which is the Instagram Shop for business growth. So here is an ad as it appears directly on Instagram. This is from Madewell. They're a high-end contemporary clothing company. As you can see, it's a picture of someone wearing their overalls. They have it linked here in the detailing. with the description of the item in the hyperlink. And then they also have a call to action that if you want in to shop more, maybe you don't want the overalls, but you want something else, that you can see more and swipe up. So what are the benefits of the Instagram shop? It's higher engagement rate than any other social media network right now. About 2 to 7% of Instagram users interact with each post that they come across on the platform. 130 million people look at the product tags each month inside of an Instagram app. And 80% of the Instagram audience uses the app to check for brands. So we talked about the importance of research, that 54% of people who go online anyway on the social media apps are looking to research products. And now within Instagram, 80% of those audience are also doing that as well. And the point of the Instagram checkout is to simplify the shopping process for its users. So again, taking your customer through the entire consumer journey without them having to leave the app. So what are the specific benefits of Instagram checkout? It's a quicker and easier way to process. Instagram shortens this process by allowing you to proceed to checkout through leaner processes than before. Everyone has something synced, either a card or through their Apple Wallet, Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo. There are all of these integrated systems that we naturally already use in order to make in-app purchases, and Instagram is now one of those items as well. You also drop an abandoned cart rate. What is an abandoned cart rate? It's the buying process where you get to the cart, and we talked about this also in the first e-commerce workshop. You get to your cart and there's a hidden fee or a shipping or a card that you have saved. You need to now go back and input the billing address for. Anything that could be a deterrent from a buy is considered it's part of the abandoned cart rate. So it shortens that by being so seamlessly integrated with the payment formats that you use in other apps. It also improves your conversion rate because people want to buy their product immediately. We want instant gratification for that. And also it allows for people to share their buy directly to the platform from which they bought it. So imagine someone has purchased a product from your Instagram and they're prompted to share their post in their story. It'll create a tag for your product as well. And it enhances the online presence of your brand. So brands in the US can now market and sell directly through their Instagram pages. So this is an example of what that buyer process looks like. ColourPop Cosmetics makes different highly pigmented palettes. So they have their static post here, and it prompts you to shop with the little shop tagger in the bottom left-hand corner. And it also tells you the price of the product as well. So again, that instant taking in of information makes for a quicker decision. You don't have to keep searching. You don't have to select and then select the size before you see the price or see if it's available. All of that information is generated in the post. So they're making a succinct decision and an informed decision to continue, which means there's a better chance of closing a sale. So here in the second picture, they've clicked on it and now they're seeing the full product. Now is where they can select if they want a size or anything, but they have all of the information they need up front. This is the customization portion of it. This is their choice. And then when they check out, it shows them their total, the estimated tax, there's 0 shipping through this payment format, 3 to standard business days for the free, and their information is already uploaded because they've more than likely used this payment form for other in-app purchases as well. And then they place the order. So that's streamlining, that instant gratification. The photo is beautiful and it details exactly what the consumer can expect. It gives them what we want to know as a buyer. How much is it going to cost? What is it called? What does it detail? And then we can make an informed decision and place the order. So when you're setting up your Instagram shop, make sure that you're selling on Instagram is right for your business. Instagram is very content heavy. It's very much about the aesthetic of a content. So you want to make sure that your content is going to fit and be marketable on that platform. But also from a business standpoint, you want to review the commerce eligibility requirements and ensure that you're selling eligible products that comply with the policies, terms of use, and community guidelines. Then you need to make sure that your business has its own web domain. So this is why I say this one for last. If you do not have a website, you may not be able to sell all of your products on Instagram. Anything that's in your marketplace or Facebook shop can be integrated, but other than that, it'll be limited in what you can sell if you don't have a web domain. Your shop must contain the product listings that are available for direct purchase from your business website, and you must represent the store or website associated with the domain provided. So if you have a domain, this is going to be a lot easier for you. If not, then it won't be as integrated. And then you confirm that your Instagram profile is a business or a creator account. You will need to connect to your Facebook page if you plan to sell on both Instagram and Facebook. You'll need to connect to your Facebook page anyway because those two systems are integrated. Then you pick a tool to start the onboarding process. You can choose to onboard onto Instagram shopping by setting up in the Commerce Manager in your Facebook page, or a supported platform, which would be your web domain, or you can get started directly through the Instagram app. I find that the easiest way is if you have your Facebook business suite set up, is to just add it through there, because then it basically copies and imports all the information over. If you have a different set of products, or if your Instagram speaks to a different audience than your Facebook, which is entirely possible, then you can set it up directly through the app. So you now learned about these 3 different marketplaces. So how do you promote them? There are things that you can do to turn your post online into sales, and we're going to discuss some of them. The first is to create great product listings, good product images. Fancy cameras is not necessary for that. You can do it on your mobile phone. Just make sure that what you're capturing is quality and that it reads to your audience. Use detailed products descriptions. Don't be shy to describe your products. Good descriptions are really important, especially when you're trying to sell. Anything that would be pertinent to the buyer making a decision should be in the description. As we saw with the ColourPop palette, they were really good about letting people know the price, what it's called. You can see clearly what color it is. They had a little description about if you're feeling pink in the details there. So those are things that you can do to make sure that people have enough information to make an informed decision when it comes time to check out. The product size and weight information, these numbers can be entered with your product information in most e-commerce systems. So you can make sure that all the detailing on the back end in terms of shipping is correct. So here are some examples of some really great uses of color and captivating photo for this website, for this clothing site. So having good product images is really the first step, and then being really detailed would be another great way to make sure that people are able to complete a purchase with you. You can also craft really compelling posts to generate sales. So again, effective use of imaging and video. You must ensure that your images are tailored to your Instagram story placement. We talked about those ratios, making sure that not only the content works, but that the sizing and formatting of the content is correct. The reason for this is that anytime you upload an image or video to Instagram platform, it will alter it to fit the screen. So using that cheat sheet a few slides back is going to be really helpful for you all when you're going in and creating your content to promote. Try your best to make the most of the 15 seconds that you will create a video. Make sure that it's telling a story or providing a solution to a problem that your consumer base is facing, or that it's just generally pleasant to look at, aesthetic, B-roll, if you're a food and beverage person, if you do things that involve a lot of aesthetics, make sure that you're capturing that for the audience. So let's look at these. These are all really nice pictures, really well laid out. But do we know what they're selling? Not particularly. In this one, she could be selling anything from the face mask to the shirt to the backdrop. This could be a printout, an art piece. Warby Parker is a glasses brand, so we're aware that the glasses are the sell, but there's nothing particularly emphatic about this post. And then Blue Land is a cleansing company. They make organic cleaning products and hand soaps, dish soaps, things like that. But can you really tell that from this? So while having beautiful pictures, all of these pictures are amazing, while having beautiful pictures is a part of it, it cannot be the only thing. You still have to be very strategic about the detailing part of your advertising. And so while all of these are gorgeous, I'm not really sure what it is that the first one is selling. I'm not particularly engaged with this pair of glasses. And from the Blue Land page, it's kind of difficult to delineate or navigate for me as a consumer. Could I get my hands soap from here? Is it the soap that they're selling? Is it the sprays that they're selling? What exactly is the product for my need as an audience? So make sure that you're being detailed. Make sure that you're being detailed. A lot of different businesses rely solely on the fact that they get engagement from their posts, but are your posts actually leading to a sale? Is it engaging your audience? Or are people simply looking at it, saying it's pretty, and then liking it? So product tags will also help with that detail portion of it. You can highlight items from your catalog directly in your images and videos, including your feed, your reels, and your stories, and product mentions in your profile bio, so people can easily tag and learn more. So here now, Blue Land has a detailed tab for their hand foaming soap. They have one for their laundry detergent tablets as well. If you were to click this shop button, it would give you the full detail, more than likely the price, the scent, the weight of it possibly, or the weight of the packaging possibly, but more information than the first slide, where we're looking at something, but how do we get to the consideration phase of this if we don't have the information? So make sure that you're utilizing the product tags when you are posting independently outside of your shop to promote your products and services. So now we're going to talk about promoting overall your page. So with your ads and insights, your Facebook ad manager is a unified creation tool that you can use to publish ads through Facebook, Instagram, and the Messenger to your whole audience network. So ad creation and ad manager happens in 3 different levels: your campaign level, your ad set level, and then your actual ad level. Your campaign is where you set your objectives for your ad and your overall goal. And then your ad set is where you define your audience. So the reach, you choose your ad placement, you determine your budget and your scheduling there. And your ad level is where you actually design the creative and you can choose the format. That's where that spec would come in, how you want it laid out, the text, whether you're going to use video or photo. And these are the type of Facebook ads that benefit businesses: photo ads, events, special offers, and lead generations. So here are some ideas for photo ads on the different markets. Event ads can also increase your attendance and discovery by creating it through your Facebook page specifically. So this is an event, a foam glow event. But then the business has also said that they're looking for someone to manage their store as well. Your special offers is always great to have, especially if you do things in seasonal or collections. It's a good way to maybe get the last of that seasonal inventory out before a new collection launches. And it drives sales for your business by posting and promoting the discounts with Facebook offers. The next is lead generation ads. This is still a really important portion because your leads can identify potential customers. You can collect subscriber information or use a company newsletter. You can engage with downloads of white papers or brochures, and you can understand the interests and behaviors of your potential clients and get them to enroll in programs. So for my service providers, this is a great tool that is available to you through your Facebook ad manager. And more importantly, it allows you to get the results that matter to your business. So you can increase your online sales, you can generate your qualified leads, you can drive engagement, send more traffic, build awareness, and increase app installs if you have an app. So these are all available to you in your ads manager. So for the social media integration, how do you streamline your marketplace? The best way to manage all of your business activity on Facebook Messenger and Instagram is through your Meta Business Suite. The best part about the Meta Business Suite is that it posts from Facebook and Instagram. You can manage your inbox for both accounts. You can create ads for both accounts, and then you can track your insights and trends. So by a show of hands, how many of you have used the new Meta Business Suite? If we can get some hands raised in the chat. No one has used it? Oh, wow. Okay. 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 Well, in order to use a lot of the functionality that we've discussed today, you will need to know how to at least navigate your Meta Suite. You'll need to know how to navigate it at the very least. And it's super important that you do, as a shop and marketplace, as well as your Instagram marketplace, all funnel through there. And we will be talking about Meta Business Suite in another workshop that we're having at Startup FIU Local on August 8th, 2023. So if you are interested in learning about the Meta Business Suite, learning how to navigate, to promote your business, to grow your online sales, promote your app, generate leads, measure and optimize your ads through Meta specifically, it is a little cumbersome to navigate, then that would be a great resource for you. And I will leave that information with Jesus as well. And that is going to wrap today's workshop. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you for your time and for your participation. Please be sure to follow us. We are Startup FIU Local on all social media platforms, and you can scan the QR code here in order to see all of our resources as well as our social media pages. And I'm open to any questions. I know we're on time, but I would love to answer at least a few questions if you all have. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, great. Victor, great question. Victor asks, are there any fees selling on these platforms? No, the fees would come in only on the close of purchase. There is a payout fee, but there's no upfront fee for it. As if when you were doing your web domain, you had to pay a subscription fee. That doesn't exist. There is the payout fee on the back end with Facebook, and I'm not sure what it is for Instagram, but I can find out for you. Were there any other questions?
All right, so once again, this is a recorded webinar, so all participants will be receiving today's recording along with the presentation. And also, if you want to meet with Alexis or any of our Navigator consultants, don't hesitate. I'll send you the link, and also send me an email. I'm more than happy to connect you with the appropriate channels. So I want to thank you, Alexis, once again, and also to everyone who participated. And anything that we could do to assist you, don't hesitate, give us a call. We're more than happy to assist you. Thank you and have a good
Thank you
afternoon.
so much. Have a great afternoon.
Take care.
Bye.